Welcome to DeFi Crypto Today. Our topic today is Pendle Finance. Pendle, for those that don't know, it's like a pen. I don't know if you guys remember, have seen this video that I made, but in one video I talked about the different levels of DeFi to get of DEGEN, the different levels of DEGEN. There was DEGEN 0, and then DEGEN 1, and then DEGEN 2 and 3. This is DEGEN 4, people. 4, okay? It's hard to get more DEGEN than this. It's a lot of fun. It can be very profitable, but it's going to sound a little bit complicated. And today I'm going to try to do this live, step by step on video, okay? So the point of this is to try to maximize your earnings on different projects. The one we're going to use today is Wonderland. So if we look at Wonderland right now, we can get a very juicy 69,000%, which is not bad at all. But using Pendle, we can increase this to about 100,000%. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's that DEGEN. And relatively safe. Relatively safe. The biggest issue would be protocol problems possible, or getting hacked, I guess. But the project is very well designed. It's been around since March, I believe. So it's been around. At first it worked only on Ethereum, and now finally it's available on Avalanche. And since it's available on Avalanche, we can play with it using several projects, including xJOE and wrap memos. And also some tokens from Benki that we can use as well. Now, what happens is if we look at a little bit at there's a lot of documentation, okay, that explains what's happening. Here they're talking about USDC on Aave. That documentation was basically designed for Ethereum. And what we discover is that there are two types of tokens that are generated by Pendle. You have YT tokens and OT tokens. And they are used, they can be used for so many strategies, okay? There's a ton of things you can do with this. The YT token is the yield token, and the OT token is the ownership token. Okay, remember that. Basically, what you can do is, like, let's say, for instance, if we look again at Wonderland, some of you will remember that a few weeks ago, the APY was much higher. It was 80,000% at some point, and then 90,000% at some point, okay? Well, using Pendle, there's a way to fix that yield at that level for about 2 months, okay? So you can guarantee yourself, let's say at the moment it's only 69,000%, but let's say at some point it goes back to 90,000%, and you say, oh wow, I wish I could lock that in, right? Well, you can do that using Pendle. You can lock in that 90%, okay, for 2 months, all right, and enjoy that 90% for 2 months. Of course, if the yield goes up, then okay, you're missing out. But it's still, as we can see, the yield went up and down and up and down and up and down. So when it goes up, you have a chance of locking that in and ensuring that profit for 2 months. okay, which is a very interesting concept. So what we're doing basically is that we're taking the time token and we're converting it to MEMO and then wMEMO, and then we're splitting the token in two. And we have a yield token and we have an ownership token, okay? The yield token is it represents what you're going to earn as interest for the next 2 months, while the ownership token is essentially a discounted time token, and it will grow in value over the next 2 months until it reaches the full value of a time token. So you're buying it at this very big discount. Currently, it's around 65-66% a discount. So you're buying yourself time tokens at a huge discount. All right. So let's have a look at the project. Okay. So what you have here, you have the different markets, and these are liquidity pairs. And they're divided between YT markets, so yield token markets, and OT markets, which is ownership token markets, okay? And the last line of each shows an LP of wMEMO and MEMO on YT, and similarly wMEMO OT here. Now, what's neat about this is that you can get a pretty large APR here of 239% or 252%, depending on whether or not you keep both tokens. And you can sell this token here and just keep this one. Basically, you can take the yield out of the token, sell it, and do what you want with it. You can buy more of this token if you feel like it, or you can do the opposite. You can sell this one, buy more of this one. And I'll show you a spreadsheet that calculates what's more profitable, depending, and sometimes one strategy is going to be more profitable than another strategy, depending on the market, okay? And on top of that, you can earn, page keeps changing on us. You can earn a very juicy 239% here. Now, what you're earning are farm tokens and swapping fees. Okay, so you're getting the Pendle token from Pendle, plus you're getting swapping fees from, I believe it's TraderJoe. Okay, all right. So in here, you have the rate that you're expected to earn from the protocol itself, from the Wonderland protocol. So on this one, on this token, you're going to earn 29,000%. And on the OT, you're going to earn 35,000%. So as you can see, the original APY from Wonderland has been split as well, okay? And that's why you can earn on either side, okay? You can earn with the YT token and you can earn on the OT token, all right? And then the added bonus is that you can also use it as, use those two tokens as in LP pools and earn an extra 238 or 252%. So there's a lot of strategies you can go with this, okay? But it's quite a bit of fun. It's quite a bit of fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the strategies that are explained by some guy over here. Oh, actually, this one. So this guy here explains the strategy very, very well. Highly recommend you follow him on Twitter. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce the name right, but Vineb, whoever this guy is very, very, very interesting and really explains very well his strategy. So here, the rates are different today. Okay, when he did this a few days ago on the 20th, the rates were different and a lot more appealing, but they're still very, very good today. So he was able to guarantee himself a fixed yield of 112,000% on Wonderland using strategies. So let's have a look at his strategy. He says here, what do I mean by a guaranteed fixed yield? Means that no matter what happens to Wonderland rebase APY or to Wonderland's treasury, assuming no smart contract risk, meaning that there's no bug in the contract and no hacker getting in there, he's guaranteed to get that 112,000% at the moment where he wrote this. Okay, today it would be a different yield. So before that, okay, so we saw this. So the first step is I visited the Pendle app at this link here to check the implied discount of the OT-wMEMO. So the ownership token wMEMO. So here, as you can see, it's 112%. Now, unfortunately for us right now, that's not what we're getting. Right now, it's only 33,000%. But that would be, so if we go back to his strategy. So what is this OT-wMEMO token? Basically, one OT-wMEMO can be converted into one memo after the expiry on the 24th of February. The expiry has not changed. It's still the 24th of February. Because of the weight, one OT-wMEMO is trading at a lower price than MEMO. So basically, the rate was better because you bought it earlier, okay? Because you have to wait longer in order to get one full wMEMO. So the rates I'm expecting are going to get lower and lower and lower and lower as we approach the expiry date, because essentially it's gaining value by the day, right? So now, for the second step, you went to TraderJoe to buy one OT-wMEMO with only 837 MIMs. Convenient way to navigate to buy the OT is to click on the three dots on the market to choose the swap. So how he did that was to click here on Pendle and hit swap. If you do that, you end up here. So let me redo it. So you see all the steps. So you hit swap. The page shows up. You get the warning message from TraderJoe because it's not a very common token. But we hit I understand because we got it straight from the Pendle website. So we're sure that it's the right contract address. So we're cool here. So what he did is he paid for one. So as you can see right now, the price is 1476 MIMs, okay? So if I had this MIM, I could buy that token right now, okay? All right, so if we go back to the steps here, all right, and the rate was higher also. He was earning this rate here is the liquidity pool rate for the OT-wMEMO token, and it was 300%. Now it's 250 something. Okay. All right. So the third step: sit back and relax until the expiry on the 24th of February to convert one OT-wMEMO into one memo. So you just have to wait a couple months. It's 64 days from today, and you end up with a full memo. Since my initial capital was only $837, so 0.0278 memo at the time, the memo was only $3,000. Today it's about $4,000. And I'm getting back one memo after 66.5 days. My fixed APY was 112,000%, which is not bad. So how is this possible? I would say I was lucky to be able to buy the OT at such a relatively cheap price and a high implied discount. At the time of writing this thread, the OT-wMEMO implied discount was only 66,000%. However, since the yield you're getting from buying the OT-wMEMO is fixed and guaranteed, one could argue that it should be less than the floating yield of 80,000% because of uncertainties. So at that time, also the yield was higher on the Wonderland website. So the point of this strategy is that you'd be able to fix your MEMO yield. Okay, so if you're scared that the MEMO yield is going to drop, you can fix it for 2 months, okay, and be guaranteed that yield, which is not a bad idea, okay? It's kind of an insurance, okay? It reduces your risk, your downward risk. Obviously, there's still an upward risk if the yield goes up. Okay, you're missing out, okay? But at least you're insured a certain level and it's not going to go down. So think about that, okay, if you want to use this strategy. Okay, now our friend Vugabavineb here also has another strategy that can increase your yield on the MEMO. So he has the thread here. I put it up here. And let me explain this strategy, and then we're going to try to replicate that. All right. So if we go back to the top, he explains how he managed to get 240,000% APY on his MEMO instead of the usual 80,000%. Today, we cannot get 240,000%, unfortunately, but I calculated using the calculator spreadsheet that he created. Okay, if we look here. Right now, this is the current rate that we're getting on Wonderland, 69,000%. Using the strategy that he's explaining and that I'm going to go through with you, and then I'm going to try step by step to replicate, I should be able to obtain 100,000% with it. That's 31,000% more than what I'm getting if I just take regular on the Wonderland protocol right now. So I think I want to do that, right? Good idea? Okay, so let's try that and let's see if we can replicate it. Okay, so basically what he did is that he started by buying 0.56 MEMO, then he wrapped it on Wonderland. The second step, using Pendle, he converted the wrap-MEMO into 0.56 YT-wMEMO and 0.56 OT-wMEMO. So we already explained the difference between this. The YT is the yield token and the OT is the ownership token, okay? So the wMEMO will constantly give you the staking yield on one MEMO in Wonderland. Currently, at the time he wrote this was 80,000%. Now it's 69,000% with the same expiry date, 24th of February. That's the current contract. The OT wMEMO will give you the right to get back one MEMO after the expiry. So when the contract expires on February 24th, you have the right to get one wMEMO, okay, out of that. One MEMO, sorry, not wMEMO, one MEMO. So the third step, we converted the OT wMEMO token into more YT wMEMO by swapping his OT to MEM first on TraderJoe and then swapping the MEM to OT wMEMO on Pendle. So we're going to try to do that today. Hopefully it's going to work. And then the fourth step is just chill and watch Netflix until February 24th. Okay. At that point, basically, what he did is that he got 0.4 plus 0.56 YT tokens, so a total of 0.96 that is going to give him that 240,000%. In our case, it's going to be 100,000%. Okay, which is still better than what we're getting currently at Wonderland. Okay. So here he explains how he calculated the percentage, whatever. We saw it on the spreadsheet. I'm pretty sure his math is correct. And he says, is this a scam? No, it's not a scam. It's legit, okay? Just DEGEN 4.0 for you people. All right. So basically, at the time he did this, the YT-wMEMO was very underpriced. And I believe it's because he bought it earlier in the contract. Okay. Because you have to wait a longer time until maturity. And making more money. So that's why people say, I have to wait a long time, so I'm less interested. Anyway, he has a Discord here where you can discuss these strategies. I highly recommend you go there. He's probably got a ton more interesting strategies up his sleeve. All right. So let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can get 100,000%. Okay, so I'm going to follow the recipe and see how it goes. Okay, so the first thing is I need to get myself some memo. All right, so we're going to go here and what do I have in my wallet? It's going to take a few operations because I've got some AVAX. It's not much WAVAX here. And I've got some USDC I could use a little bit. So I'm going to take I think I'm going to use a couple of AVAX tokens and I'm going to use the USDC. It's not a lot of money, but it's for demonstration purposes. So let's try it. Okay, so we're going to buy some MEMO. So first thing first, let's change the token. So we're going to go back to AVAX. I'm going to use 2 tokens, not all this, 2. And I'm going to change this to get some time. Okay. This should be enough liquidity. Just have to wait a little bit. Okay, that's slow. There we go. All right, so 0.06 time token. So let's swap that. Confirm the swap. Confirm in MetaMask. Okay, close. All right, so it's going to take a few seconds. And then I'm going to swap my USDC as well to try to get a little bit more time. And I want numbers I can see, not 0.00000. So, all right, swap. Almost done. All right, so if we look in here, we should have, if MetaMask can cooperate. Okay, so our 2 AVAX tokens were taken. And if we look down, we should have a little bit of time, 0.061. All right, so let's do the same with our USDC. So we switch to USDC. I'm going to max it. Get another 0.06. We swap, confirm, MetaMask. There we go. Then what we're going to do after this is done, we're going to go to Wonderland. We're going to stake this. We're going to wrap it. And then we're going to go to Pendle. So I'm showing you all the steps so you understand what you need to do if you want to use this guy's strategy, which I think is a good idea. Okay. What are the risks? I mean, this has been audited, I believe. While we're waiting, we can check. Have you been audited? Search. Audit. Has Pendle been audited? Yes. Pendle smart contracts were audited by least authority and reviewed by independent white hats. White hats are hackers that do good for people. So you pay them not to break your system and to find bugs. Okay. And it's worth noting that audits don't eliminate risk entirely. Always remember that. So they have 3 reports here. And so it's been thoroughly audited. So the risk shouldn't be too big. Okay. All right. So it's swapping, blah, blah, blah. I think we already have our tokens. So let's check that. Come on. Okay. So we should have 0.12 time. Yeah, 0.122 time. Good enough. So we're ready. We're going to Wonderland. We're going to stake. All right. Refresh. So 0.1124 time. That's normal. I already have a tiny bit of wrap memo here, so might as well wrap everything and use it all on Pendle to try to maximize my earnings. Okay, so let's max this. We're going to stake our time to convert it into MEMO. And we confirm. Good thing on Avalanche, the gas not too expensive because it's a lot of little transactions. But if we're going to earn, 30,000% extra for the next 2 months, why not? It should compensate. Okay. So your balance will update soon, it says. Hope so. There we go. See, now we have 0.112428 MEMO. Our time token's gone, and now they're MEMO tokens, which means they're earning yield. Good enough. Now we want to wrap them. So we're wrapping. So we max it. We're going to get a tiny 0.004 something wrap memo. So click that. And confirm in MetaMask again. You know what we need? We need a protocol where you can do all this crap in one button, All right, so balance will update soon, apparently. And it's been updated, they say. Okay, so I should have 0 memos here. And this value should go up. The wrap memo value should go up. So let's refresh and see that we're successful. Are we successful? I don't know. I don't think so. Oy. I thought we wrapped already. Didn't we wrap? Oh, we have to approve first. Good God. Let's wrap again. Safe math. It's wrapped or not? So finally, 0 time, 0 memo, and now we have 0.0182 something wrap memo. Perfect. That's what we wanted. Now we go back to Pendle. And we need to trade. So we need to change this. We're going to do YT-wMEMO Okay, so let's convert this. We're going to mint. Oh, this is what I wanted to see. Okay, so we want some YT-wMEMOs. Okay, so we have to mint them first. So I select max here on my wMEMOs. And I'm going to get 0.04 OT-wMEMO and 0.054 YT-wMEMO. Now, what we want to do is keep the YT-wMEMO to follow a strategy. And then we're going to swap this for MIMS and then back into YT-wMEMOs. Okay. So let's approve this first. All right. So it's transaction fee. So it's approved. Now we need to mint it. So there's always two steps the first time you do it. So let's go for minting now. And we confirm. And we're going to get these two lovely tokens. Hopefully we can increase our yield. That's the whole point of this process. We're so DEGEN today, it's amazing. Okay, so we minted OT-wMEMOs and YT-wMEMOs. Great. Is there a place we can see them? I don't think they're going to show here, are they? Come on, MetaMask. They're going to show the bottom. Nah, not there. Is there a way to import those tokens? There's got to be a way, right? Yeah, there's got to be a way. Okay, so if we go on the server, on the Discord server, we can get the contract addresses for the YT-wMEMO tokens that expire on February 24th and the OT-wrap token. So let's try that because I would like to see them in my MetaMask because, well, that's the way I am. So let's try this. Let's see if it works. Okay. Yes. All right. It doesn't like that very long name. Ugh. We can edit. So let's say I remove this. Is that going to work or not? Still too long. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. I just write YT-wMEMO. That's good enough for me. Okay, YT-wMEMO. Okay. So they appear in my MetaMask. So let's do the same for the other one. wMEMO. Come on. Let's go. Okay, so let's edit the name and make it shorter because it doesn't like long names. Now we've got the OT-wMEMO. Perfect. So if we go back to our assets, we have the two magic tokens from Pendle. Okay. All right. So next step. We need to, let's go back here because there are lots of steps. So basically what you wanted to do on the third step, that's where we're at right now, is that we're converting our OT-wMEMO into more YT-wMEMO by swapping OT into MEM on TraderJoe and swapping MEM to OT-wMEMO in Pendle. So let's try that. Okay. Let's go back here. All right, so I believe we have to go, well, let's look at the dashboard. What do we have here? We can see our tokens also on the dashboard. So we have YT and OT over there. Nice. And this is where we're going to see our rewards if we decide to use the LP pool. Okay, so we need to trade this for MIMS on TraderJoe. And then we come back on Pendle, and we're going to convert our MEM into more YT-wMEMOs. Okay, we can't do both on TraderJoe. So to get to TraderJoe and get the right information in TraderJoe, we're going to go here. So we'll go to OT-wMEMO here, and we're going to go swap. And it's going to bring us to TraderJoe. We'll get the warning message. We continue. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn it around. There we go. Going to hit max, and we're going to get our MIMS. Isn't that amazing? So now we have to approve. We confirm. And we wait for the approval. Once it's approved, we're going to be able to swap. But this is the first time we're doing it, so we have to approve first. So many buttons. I want software engineers to reduce the number of buttons that we need to click to perform these operations. It would be so sweet. You know, there should be like just some zapper where we can do all this stuff in one go, right? That'd be so nice. Just input some MIM or some AVAX in there and then hit the button and bingo, it's all done. Maybe I should design protocols. What do you guys think? Oh, come on. Why is it slow? Okay, the transactions took a long time, several minutes. So I had to accelerate them by adding a little bit more gas. So to do that for the approval and for the swap. So I spared you all that. Balance now, I've got MIMS and the OT-wMEMO token is sold. So we go back to Pendle and we're going to go trade. And I'm going to change this for the YT-wMEMO token. And this time what we're going to do, we're going to hit swap. And we want to get MIM. We're going to take our MIM, I'm going to hit max, and we're going to get some extra YT-wMEMO tokens because that's how we're going to maximize our APY. We should be able to get 100,000% APY instead of the 69,000% that we would get just by staking on Wonderland. So we're gaining 31,000% APY for 2 months. Okay, and it's guaranteed. It's not going to drop. All right, so let's prove this. And we approve in MetaMask. So confirm that. And let's hope we don't have to wait 10 minutes for it. And we hit swap. The swapping fee is a little bit expensive. It's 7.9 million. But anyway, we're getting it back on the extra APY. There's a bit of a price impact. There's a way to reduce the price impact if we went on TraderJoe and performed several transactions, but it gets complicated. So I think this is the best way to do it right now. I don't mind paying $8 for the transaction. I think it's acceptable. Just think of the fees I would have to pay on Ethereum. It would be like over $1,000 for all the swapping and buttons that I pressed today. And then I'm going to show you something really cool that I found in the documentation on Discord. Okay, while we're waiting for this, let's see, first of all, if the transaction has been finished. It's still pending. All right, I'm gonna add some gas and go for that. All right, so let's accelerate the process a little bit. Okay, while we're waiting, I went on the Discord and I found if you go on the resource section, you have all these really neat charts, and this is the one I want you to look at right now. It's talking about the YT-LP tokens. Remember, we can get 230 some percent on the YT-wMEMO MEMO liquidity pool pair, right? And a lot of people worry about impermanent loss, and that's normal because on a lot of projects, you're going to get a lot of impermanent loss. Well, here, you're hedging against impermanent loss. So the impermanent loss should be very, very, very small. And you're earning 230 some percent on top of the 100,000% that you're earning. And don't forget, this is APR, 230% APR. So if you were to claim your Pendle tokens that you're going to get, like your farm tokens that you're going to get, and if you claim them daily and you reinvest them every day, okay, of course, for the small amount of investment that I'm making right now, the gas fees are going to be annoying. But let's say you were to invest a larger amount, okay, and let's say you're collecting hundreds of dollars every day of Pendle rewards. Okay, you could swap them like I just did into MEMO, and then from the MEMO into YT-wMEMO tokens, and they would compound. And if we look at how much that represents, I believe I got the right page. If we put here 200, I think it's 236%, and we compound daily, we're getting an APY of 951%. Not bad. Not bad at all, considering that we're already earning 100,000%. So think about that. I think it's, if you want to get some extra yield, okay, that's a possibility. Of course, you could do it weekly. You're still earning 905% APY, and monthly only twice. So let's say you have a smaller amount like I have, and I reinvest only once a month. I'm still earning an extra 760% per year. Okay, so consider that. All those links are in the description, okay? Don't worry. I'm putting all the references in the description, okay? So it's going to be easy for you to do the math and all that jazz. All right, is the transaction finished? Where are we? Not this one, this one. Oh, now we need to swap. It's not done yet. Oh, God. I think the approval was done, and now we have to do the actual swap. Let me check. Is my MEMO gone? My MEMO's gone. So it's done already. Where my YT? Yeah, 0.085. Okay, so, all right. So it's actually all done. I don't know where the swap button is still there. Let me refresh the screen. I want to make sure everything is good here. Yeah, all right. Finally, it's recognizing that the balance is 0 for my MEM and that the balance for my YT-wMEMO is 0.855. Perfect. So that's what we wanted, right? Now, I'm just going to show it to you because now I use all my MEMs, right? So I cannot make an LP pair, obviously. But if you go in the market and let's say you have extra MEMs, okay, you could take advantage of this 238% that I just explained. And as we saw over here, we get no impermanent loss. Very, very, very nice. Okay, so you can boost your yield further over and above the 100,000% that we calculated on the spreadsheet. Remember the spreadsheet? So currently, this is what I'm expecting to get, 100,000%. Now, I could get higher than this if I combine my YT-wMEMO token with some MEMs, put that in the liquidity pool, and earn 236% APR, which I can compound. I can take those Pendle tokens that I'm going to receive and I can swap them, compound them, and go on like this for a couple months. So this will expire on the February 24th. And I'm guessing at that point, they're going to create another new YT-wMEMO token with a new expiry date. And then you check if the numbers make sense. You use the spreadsheet and you say, okay, am I making extra money or not? If you are, you can use this strategy. If not, well, whatever. Use another strategy, all right? So, all right. That's it, I think. Yeah, I think we've done everything we need to do. And we can check on our dashboard. So you see my OT tokens are gone. And now I've got 0.855 wMEMO, YT-wMEMO. All right. That's going to expire on February 24, 2022. And we're going to earn 100,000% on this. All right, so very long video. We explain everything step by step. Hope you like Pendle now and that you're going to go for DEGEN 4.0. All right, if you like this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. Download the free book. The free book the link is in the description. You type in your name, your email address, you hit submit, and then you get a big fat button that says download the free book. And if you miss that button because it's so big, you're going to get an email and there's going to be another big fat button that says download the free book. So it's hard to miss now. Okay, some people complained they were missing it and they shouldn't be able to miss it. And the book is very popular. There's almost 600 people downloaded it already. It's going to become a bestseller soon. All right. If you don't like it free, go to Amazon. Pay $5.99 to Jeff Bezos and Jeff will send me a whole $1. See you later.